Warning, do not operate your Game Boy Advance in the void. So it's been a while since I've played a Final Fantasy game. As you've probably acknowledged before, a bunch of Final Fantasy games never came out on the original run. We got 1, and then we got 4, and then we got 6, and those were 1, 2, and 3. Now, that wasn't as big a deal for the NES games, because 2 and 3 were weird. I mean, they probably should have come out, but, you know, me personally, I don't care. However, we were cheated out of Final Fantasy V back in the day. But eventually Square Enix fixed that and released Final Fantasy V for the Game Boy Advance. And now it's available for all of us to play. You can finally do it. You can play 5, and it's one of the best ones.
Yep. This was the first Final Fantasy I ever played, and it's probably still my favorite.
God, I don't even specifically remember what was my first one. 3 was one of the earlier ones I played.
My condolences.
But I also played 1 pretty early. But 5 was definitely absolutely one of the games I checked out when I started using VBA. And I've played it like, I don't know, 2-3 times over the course of my life. I've had a few playthroughs of this, which is impressive considering it's a JRPG that I didn't play until I was like in high school.
Yeah, in contrast, I never finished my original run, but I'm just bad at finishing video games.
So this is Final Fantasy V Advance, and as an important note, I am actually using a patch for this, FF5A Custom Classes by Ludmeister. None of that will be relevant in this first episode, though. We'll explain what that is later, or I will. I don't think Loka knows about it at all, but...
About to say, yeah, who's we?
The royal we. I just accidentally slip into my hive mind every once in a while. So yes, if you wait on the title screen for a bit, you get this classic version of the Final Fantasy V title screen, which... Okay, look, Square Enix had a thing going on with the blank white background, the title, and the specific thing in the background. That original style title goes really hard, though. That one just looks cool.
I was about to say, hey, why is the hidden one so much better than the one they show you?
Well then, if they were switched, you wouldn't want to see the hidden one.
Yeah, that's why it's hidden.
We just put the time into making sure this could appear. You just won't want it to. I believe by now we do have the, 1,000 remakes of, or ports of Final Fantasy V, but I believe we do have the Pixel Remaster on Steam by now. But I'm still going with the advanced version, again because I found a hack that I thought sounded pretty cool, and this is the one I know, and I just think this looks pretty. It's either I mod the game for cool reasons, or I have to mod it because the font of the Pixel Remasters isn't great.
I'm gonna hope this Let's Play doesn't make me want to play Final Fantasy V again, because the next Final Fantasy I need to play is 6, because I never played that. And it's only a matter of time for our friend group eat me alive for not having played Final Fantasy VI.
God, I've just been on a very low constant state of also wanting to play 6, though. Because there's a hack for that, too. It also sounds pretty neat. Look, it's just a good thing 5's incredibly good, so I can keep that feeling at bay. I want to play this instead.
Because this was the last Final Fantasy game to look like this, because 6 has a slightly different pixel art style.
Yeah, it's a bit more detailed.
The characters are bigger.
Yep, that too.
I mean, we said the same thing, we just got there from different directions.
So yes, story is kind of the usual thing of Final Fantasy. They're big crystals, they power the world, but oh no, the crystals have stopped working. Or at least the wind one has. Everybody knows it. Pink-haired lady's dad is going off to check it out. That strapping young lad on the ship has also noticed it. And this mysterious old man seems to have something he needs to do.
You know, when I think about Final Fantasy V, I think about the gameplay. Then I'm not going to talk about specifics until we get to it. But I think the cast is actually the strongest part about Final Fantasy V.
I really love the cast a lot.
Your main characters are all likable, and they have, like, dynamics and chemistry.
Yeah, it's great. Like, 4 is a cool game, and I love the way, like, the party weaves around Cecil, but yeah, there's not as much time for them to get to know one another.
Like, every character in your party has an opinion on the other characters. What does Kane think of Rydia? We'll never know. What does anybody think of Edge? We'll never know. Nobody acknowledges Edge except for Cecil, I think.
We already know Kane's opinion on Rydia is killer.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that is right.
We have to kill the baby!
See you, baby. Stop it, baby. Okay, well, the meteor is turning in midair, so that's not great.
Alright, who's behind the wheel of this thing? You're drunk. Leap into Chocobo.
I love the little nod. So, you ready? Ready.
It does inform a lot about this boy and his Chocobo that we're starting out with. We don't get any other information about them just yet, though. As we enter the Tycoon Meteorite. And leap off them.
So this meteorite is the responsibility of the secondary character of Kamen Rider Geats, I see. If you'd like to understand that joke, watch Kamen Rider Geats. Do it, motherfucker.
Oh, hey, it's the pink-haired lady. You should probably not take her wherever. She's not food. Alright, so, Mystery Boy, attack the goblins. Thankfully, goblins are very frail. So, as always, this game works off the ATB system, as it has, well, I say as always, but like, that's only been around since 4. I'm thinking ahead. I'm sorry, I'm just in all Final Fantasies at once, I've seen them all. Alright, so we're properly introduced to Lena. And here's where we get to name our main character. He's the only one you can rename. Now, some people might call him Butts, but we're gonna keep the name Bartz. Thanks to Naming Way, now I'm just on the default names. I'm not calling this boy Dante.
Butts is a valid interpretation of the letters that make up his name, but you're being kind of mean.
It's valid, but this is the English language, and like, look, it has connotations, and they're very obvious. And just wait till you hear about his hometown.
From my understanding, if you were to say just read his name as a native Japanese speaker, it would not sound like Butts. It would probably sound more like Batsu or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think the meteorite's alive. I mean, it did crash. We should help it out. Alright, well, it is in fact not the meteorite wailing in pain. It's the old man we saw. Don't know where he was before, but apparently he just got hit by a meteor. That probably hurt. I will say, I do like this game's art style, but the one kind of weird thing about the advanced version is they use the Amano artwork for the character portraits, which looks good, but it is a contrast with their sprites.
And it's also been shrunk down and then blown back up in this video. Anyways, I mentioned not finishing my run. I'm pretty sure I stopped, like, just outside the final dungeon. So I more or less experienced the whole story. So now I get to just see all the foreshadowing that I missed, and, like, this is gonna be fun.
Alright, well, we're setting up very quickly, but, you know, everybody's got a journey to go on. We're getting right to it. We're not beating around the bush. At least not these two.
Yeah, this was back when your average JRPG was paced a lot faster than it is now.
Now that being said, Bartz is a drifter, so he's gonna go his own way. See, we don't get to rename these two because they're not actually in the party. They're just two random people with very distinct designs. Alright, so you can find a hidden item around here. Got a chest with a phoenix down. This, of course, is your revival item. So, if we had other party members and they went down, this would be useful, but Bartz is kind of alone.
Oh no, he's a freelancer. He's making just shit for money.
Alright, so we also have one rare item, some kind of memento from Bartz's dad. We have no magic whatsoever, but we can see all of the magic categories in this game. There are many. Equip's fairly simple, we don't have much to equip, just some armor and a knife. You can see the overall status of a character, which is a bit more complex. And we can also just see their equipment again. Alright, we've got a whole lot of config modes as well. Most of this will, you know, stay the same. I like the battle speed, weight's fine, ATB's fine. We do want this on, however. Please just let me run, there's no reason not to let me run. There we go, that's my color. You also get a bestiary. Very fancy stars next to this goblin. We know everything there is to know about this man. Now that just means it's new. And we've got 323 categories, so that's a lot. We'll be seeing many enemies over the course of our journey. Alright, and back to Boko. So the thing about this starting area of the map is, because there's a meteorite in the way, there's really not a lot of places we can go, other than to the north.
You should have been able to go back to Bartz's camp and get like an early game over.
And then Bartz just had a nap, the end. I love this dynamic so much. We don't get to see a lot of Bartz and Boko, but Boko's such a shit. You should be adventuring with them, so I'm going to throw you into a wall. So anyway, that's the reason Bartz can't go back and have a nap. We're kind of on a time crunch here. And we've got more goblins. This is just an early game period of we're gonna throw enemies at you. I think it's mainly just here to get Bart's a little more experience. There are reasons to not be synchronized with the rest of your party in terms of experience. That'll be explained later. I know it probably is going to bother some people, but trust me, you do want different levels. It's also probably here to just, show the immediate danger of the situation, and also that Bartz can handle himself pretty well.
No, Boko ate them.
Alright, Boko has upgraded, so he's our second party member. Every time Boko consumes flesh, he grows stronger.
You mentioned the art looking different. Somehow it didn't occur to me that Lena's hair is just a completely different color in the portrait.
Mm-hmm. Even Gallof's hair is a different color. He might be old, but he does have brown hair on his sprite. You just look at his Amano artwork and you're like, yeah, no, that's what he looks like. Yeah, it's an old man.
I wonder if his sprite looked too similar to Tella with white hair.
It did prevent him from being able to wear bottle glasses, because then it'd just be completely impossible. No, these are the same character now. Take those off. Yeah, Dad said I should explore the world before he died, so I'm gonna do that. And now my Chocobo has bullied me into helping you. My Chocobo is my moral compass. Gallop's very fun. Alright, let's be optimistic about this. We're not trapped here forever. Alright, and now we're officially a 3-person party. Which means there's still room on the bottom screen for another person, but for the time being, gonna stop right here at this mysterious cave. Thank you, Boko. Look, Chocobos, much like Yoshi, cannot enter fortresses, so you're gonna have to stay out here. Alright, so welcome to our first dungeon. Let's see. Let's take a look over Lena and Galuf real quick. There are differences in character stats. For the most part, they're pretty negligible. You've likely already noticed that the game says job in the menu, and Final Fantasy V is known for the job system, so you already know there are jobs. Don't worry about, certain characters being better at jobs than others. No, it doesn't matter. Make everybody who you want them to be. If you're min-maxing, maybe there's a difference, but if you're normal, you don't have to care.
I think the stat differences might just be there to push new players into diversifying their party. Not just making everybody a physical class or whatever.
Mm-hmm. What's that spring? Good question. It's a spring that has a monster in front of it. Oh, and we are introduced to back attack, so Back attacks. Not only do the enemies get a preemptive strike on you, characters also switch rows, which is not a thing we've necessarily had to worry about just yet. But characters can be in the front or back row. Everybody's currently in the back because there's no reason to normally not have them in the front. Being in the back means that you take less damage but deal less damage as well, unless you're using magic, which we don't have, so let's just switch Lena to the front. Everybody just go over. It's better that you're here.
There's also, like, specific weapons you can use from the back row at full power, right?
Yes, I believe so. It's hard to remember from game to game what the options are, but I'm pretty sure there are more of those weapons. So anyway, yeah, this is a spring that just restores everything. Bart's cheers. So yeah, we have new enemies in this dungeon, but they're still pretty simple. Of course, nothing's really going to throw you through a loop. Some of them have specific abilities, like Vampire will steal your HP and heal the enemy. But for the most part, it's just puncha puncha puncha. That's just what the enemies do. Stropier here is just gonna deck you in the face. And we're done. There's Bart's only getting a level, and nobody else. I love repurposing the climbing sprite as just a looking over the ledge sprite. That's great. And we got a leather cap. That's just more equipment. Easy enough. Lena, you get the hat. Put that on. Lena, get used to wearing more armor. I know that's a hat and not armor, but still. It's for training. I don't know how we managed to get an overhead view of that, but damn, a boat's going without any wind? Nice. Well, we're not going to figure that out by standing here, so let's just move on and see for ourselves how that boat works. Thankfully, he didn't see us because he kept his eye patch side towards us. Hey, would Pirates like give us a ride? No?
Anna, do you know what a pirate is?
And yeah, so immediately we already have great character dynamics. Bart's is the straight man. Gallop is just like, yeah, let's just fucking steal a pirate ship. And Lena, despite being, the first female party member we get, she seems gentle. But she always goes for the most dangerous choice first. Just ask pirates for a ride, why not?
Alright, here we go, it's just as easy.
I've noticed the boat isn't moving. They locked the steering wheel, how did they do that? I didn't think you could do that with boats.
Yeah, alright, there'll be the devil to pay because I ain't be allowed to say hell. Oh hey, Ferris is talking normal. Wouldn't it be terrible if Ferris spoke in the pirate accent for the entire fucking game?
Yar har fiddle dee dee, it's the pirate translation for me. So yes, immediately, we get it revealed that Lena's a princess, which is perhaps the worst thing you could tell to a group of pirates, so once again, Lena always goes for the most dangerous option, whether she knows it or not.
What I like about Lena is that she's the responsible one, that does not mean she's the smart one.
Mm-hmm. She assumes the best in everyone, including these pirates, who are immediately going to sell her for ransom. Whoops.
Piratey pirate.
I ran out of things to say, and quite frankly, I've never been in a situation this dangerous. Alright, well, that immediately went poorly, so good job, everyone. Valiant first effort. Maybe next time we should try to figure out how to pick a boat lock?
I like how Galoof did not surrender and throw his arms up in the air like the other two did.
She just folded his arms. Just looked as stubborn as possible being pushed. Oh, my amnesia! Oh, who could have done this stupid suggestion? Certainly not poor old Galuf. It just didn't come up in like the first minutes we knew each other. It's not even a situation where it's been like half a game before it's revealed. She's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm a princess. So I was gonna tell you that later, but we were fighting like these... whatever a stroper is. I don't know what that thing is. What family is that thing from? Now, of course, in the other room, gotta have that payoff for the pendant. Not just gonna bring that up for no reason. And mysteriously, Ferris here also has a pendant. Which really just looks like a Olympic medal or something in this sprite. We both placed second for the javelin toss, but how? Oh, how nice we're going to the Wind Shrine. That's where everybody wants to go nowadays. Heard you saying Wind Shrine. We wanted to go there too. I know they got thrown up, but still, I love the timing on that. Just... Hey, did somebody say Wind Shrine? I want to see that place. It's my dying wish. You seem pretty healthy, though. No, I'm dying. Well, I mean, certainly this seems like it's the better option. This is a really weird request, but let's not fuck with the captain. He will beat us up if we don't.
It's not even that weird. I feel like the pirate crew is just incompetent.
What's a Wind Shrine? We just push it really hard, obviously.
I have all me men stand behind the sail and blow.
That's why I call them windbags. No, in actuality, the pirate ship is just pulled by a sea monster. Hello, Sildra. Aw, it makes cute noises.
I love when Final Fantasy will just introduce the coolest thing, and then it's just there.
Alright, Ferris and his best friend, the sea monster, Sildra. These are the coolest pirates on the ocean. They're also the only pirates on the ocean, because that's not really a plot point other than this group here. But they're still the coolest. Alright, so next time on Final Fantasy V, it's off to the Wind Shrine.